Have you ever wondered how heavy that invisible backpack you carry on your shoulders every day truly is? I used to believe that growing up meant accumulated knowledge, experience, relationships, and even sorrows. I thought that the more one experienced, the more one held on to, the deeper and more mature one became. My backpack, therefore, grew heavier and bulkier each day, its straps digging deep into my still young shoulders, making every step on life's path feel cumbersome and exhausting. I assumed that was the price of growing up, until one day I met Arthur, the old gardener at a small temple on the outskirts of the city. That day, my heart was heavy with failures and broken dreams. I sat silently, watching Arthur diligently weeding and pruning a potted ornamental plant. He worked slowly, meticulously. He plucked away withered leaves and trimmed unruly branches. I blurted out, "Arthur, why do you cut them off? Wouldn't it be better to let them grow naturally?" Arthur smiled kindly, his hands still working, and replied, "Young man, for a tree to grow tall and strong, it must shed its diseased branches and leaves. Keeping them only drains its life force, making it gradually weaker. It's the same for people. Growing up isn't about burdening yourself with more. It's about having the courage to let go of what is no longer necessary." Arthur's words were like a cool, refreshing stream washing over my troubled mind. I suddenly realized that all this time I hadn't been growing up, but merely growing old under the very burdens I had taken upon myself. And so, I began my journey of learning how to declutter my backpack. The first thing I learned to put down was the largest, heaviest rock, named ego. It was shiny and proud, but it was also what had plunged me into countless pointless arguments. I had stubbornly insisted on being right only to lose sincere friends. I had once refused an apology purely out of pride, only to torment myself in loneliness at night. When I bravely set that rock down, I realized that admitting I was wrong didn't mean I was weak. It meant I was strong enough to face the truth. The world didn't collapse when I apologized. On the contrary, it became vast and more forgiving. Next, I unfastened the anchors named unreasonable expectations. I had once anchored my life to expectations that others should understand me, that life should unfold exactly according to my plans, and that every effort should be immediately rewarded. Those anchors didn't keep me steady. They only kept me stuck in a sea of disappointment and resentment. I learned to let them go, replacing them with acceptance and gratitude. I learned to love people for who they truly are, not for the ideal image I wished them to be. I learned to smile at life's unexpected turns, trusting that every path leads to a worthy destination. Perhaps the hardest thing to let go of was the lingering presence of those who no longer wished to remain in my life. I had once held on to their hands tightly, even knowing their hearts had turned elsewhere. My hands ached and my heart bled. Holding on was painful, but letting go felt like a loss. But then I understood that affection is like holding a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the faster the sand slips away. Only by gently opening your palm can you retain a little. And when I decided to open my hand, allowing them to walk away freely, I not only freed them, but also freed myself. A strange peace seeped into my soul, a peace I had never known during those weary days of clinging on. After that, I began to clear out the thorny coils of negative emotions, resentment, envy, regrets about the past. They wrapped tightly around my heart, preventing it from beating joyfully. I had spent too much energy fighting endless battles with the past, with those who had hurt me, and even with myself. I realized that forgiveness isn't a gift for others. It's the most precious gift I could give myself. Forgiveness allows those thorny ropes to decay, so that light can shine into the darkest corners of the soul. My journey continues, but now the backpack on my shoulders is much lighter. It's not empty. No. Instead of rocks, anchors, and thorny coils, it now holds truly precious things. These are unconditional love, gratitude for life, beautiful memories that uplift my steps, peace of mind, and the courage to face whatever lies ahead. I finally understood Arthur's lesson from all those years ago. Maturity isn't measured by the number of years you've lived, the books you've read, or the places you've traveled. Maturity arrives the moment you bravely pause, look deep into your baggage, and ask yourself, what is truly worth keeping in my heart? Because some things are heavy to carry, light to release, painful to hold on to, peaceful to let go of. Growing up isn't about learning to embrace the whole world. It's about learning to keep only a world that fits you. A world where you can truly be yourself, at peace and free.